Hi, welcome to this vlog. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. I thought I would do a chatty intro for this vlog because it's been a second since I've done that. Yeah, I just wanted to say hello, give some context. I never introduce myself in my vlogs. Hi, I'm Lecha. I'm an independent slash freelance illustrator slash artist slash designer person, and I make vlogs about my silly little life or whatever. Yeah, this vlog is pretty cute. It's a lot of like summer vibes. I've really been trying to like get out and enjoy the warmth while it's here for the few months that it is where I live. There's a good like chunky sketchbook session portion in here for those of you who like appreciate art making. And yeah, I go out and on a few fun excursions. The first little portion is gonna be me going on a hiking trip. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed editing it. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Thank you again. Thank you for being here. Let's go. Let's get into it. Studio vlog. What is this? July. First half of July studio vlog. Baby. Let's go.
Had been a wallflower for so long, standing on the sidelines, watching life go by. But now I hear something that sounds like a love song from the birds in the sky. Seems I'm falling, like a fresh summer rain.
I gotta go pee.
So basically, I'm writing a story, and this story is one that I've kind of been working through over the past like couple years or something like that. It's all kind of stemmed around this idea that I have for this character. It's been through many iterations, many different like kinds of settings, many different like general plots, but the consistent has been like what the character is and what her situation is, kind of, I guess. And so yeah, like a couple days ago I ran into a video by Jake Parker. It's how to write short stories, and going through that like is a really good video. Highly recommend checking it out if you're like interested in writing your own stories and things like that, specifically for comics and visual novels. But he goes through like a very structured way of how to write a story and what a good story has and like the elements that it has, and he shares his process of like writing that. I think seeing that video and like being presented with this like way that I can approach this story that I've kind of been like dancing around for a while in a very structured way, I felt kind of inspired to go for it. And so yeah, I came to the park and worked on like the steps that he kind of laid out and stuff, and I'm feeling good about it. I feel like I'm ready to, you know, stop giving into my perfectionist tendencies and really hunker down and figure this thing out so that I can actually make something with it. I'm trying to balance like the feeling of perfectionism and like wanting it to be a good story while also like reminding myself that like this doesn't need to be like my magnum opus, you know, it very likely will not be. I just need to get this idea figured out, get it out of my system, complete it so that I can move on to the next thing. And yeah, I'm trying to also remind myself that like the many iterations that the story has gone through and like how long that I've spent thinking about it isn't a waste of time per se. There was a lot of lulls and a lot of like, you know, quote unquote wasting time, I guess, and a lot of like stagnation while I was working on these different versions of the story. But I feel like if I didn't go through those, I wouldn't have landed at the character and the story that I've landed on now, which I feel pretty happy with, and I feel like this is the iteration that I am prepared to turn into like an actual thing now. So yeah, I feel like me a couple years ago couldn't have written this character either, like other than like going through the process of like writing ideas and then changing them and then learning what's good and what's not working, is just like growing as a person and experiencing life and like watching films and TV and like reading other stories and learning about things, and all of those kind of contribute to who you are as a writer and like what kinds of characters you can write and like what perspective you have on everything and on what makes a good character that you can be like satisfied with. So yeah, I'm trying not to be hard on myself with like how long this has taken me and just like kind of accept where I am and put in the effort to just like wrap this thing up and then move on to the next one, you know, not make a big deal out of it. So yeah, that's what I was working on, and that's what I was thinking about as I was working on it. So yeah, more on that later probably. Oh, hey. Ooh. Excuse my mechanical desk. Anyways, hi. I'm just about to paint my nails, and I already filed them down and applied base coat because the last time I had a little chitty chat while I did my nails, I did it while I was filing. So firstly, while I was talking, all you could hear was like and then also because like filing takes a bit of time, I ended up just rambling on for like half an hour. So already filed, already applied the base coat, so I'm ready to like put on the actual nail polish now. And yeah, thought I would have a little chitty chat. I'm using, hello, I haven't painted my nails since Japan, so it's been a second. I'm using OPI Infinite Shine. It's like their long-lasting line or whatever. I get so frustrated when I like paint my nails and then they start chipping like literally 2 days after. So this line and this brand tends to hold up. But yeah, hi, how's it going? I hope you're all well. It's the middle of the week-ish. It's a Tuesday, and tomorrow I have like a bit of a day off. I'm very, very lucky and very privileged to be a freelancer and make my own hours and be able to kind of consolidate my work so that I can most of the time only work 3 days a week on like actual work stuff, and then other days of the week I can spend time doing YouTube stuff or whatever other things that I need to or want to work on, the more like personal type things. So yeah, I've been really liking like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule for my work. It's really nice having like a day off in the middle of the week. I'm a big fan of not feeling like I have to be like on the clock like in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. Feels like a nice break. Yeah, and then the weekends just feel like every weekend is a long weekend. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like every day that I exist, I always have like a long ass to-do list of shit I have to do or that I want to do. And having this like non-traditional work situation makes me feel like I'm giving myself too much slack, because the standard is working 40 hours a week. And I think like even when I was working at like my agency and stuff like that, and I guess I had like some freelance stuff every week to do, but I don't know, my typical week was, unless it was like a really busy week, my typical week could be like 20, 25 hours of work. And even that felt like a lot to me. But I, like, instead of feeling bad about that and like thinking like, why do I like feel tired after a work week that's literally half of what the standard is, I would try to remind myself regularly that like I've done the full-time job thing. I've worked the like 40 plus hour weeks or whatever. And honestly, like an 8-hour workday, maybe like on average, like half of that is actual work. You know, a lot of the hours were like meetings or like doing, I don't know, other little tasks or like things that, I don't know, didn't have to take up so much time, but they just did anyways. Whereas when I'm like doing my design work and I'm clocking in hours and stuff and like timing myself on a time tracker thingy, that's like actual creative work that I'm doing, not including like admin stuff or like any of that other stuff. So I'm trying to cut myself slack. I'm trying to convince my brain that has been trained to value productivity, participating in the society that praises qualities in a person that make them ultimately a better worker. I'm trying to like unpack those belief systems in myself, I guess, and like not feel guilty about the amount of hours that I work in a week when I like don't have to, you know? A lot of like full-time work, at least from my perspective, from my experience, was like just busy work, you know what I mean? It's nice that I have the freedom, and I'm very appreciative of being able to have the freedom to like be more efficient with my time so that I have more free time to do the things that like I want to do or spend time on the projects that I want to work on, and, you know, get the same amount of work done that I would at a full-time job that I was forced to be at a desk 8 hours a day. It's kind of silly. So I'm, you know, it's nice to see that like more and more companies are looking into like things like a 4-hour work week or allowing more flexibility on like work from home and things like that. But yeah, I feel like there's so much research on like more time off resulting in more productivity. That's certainly how I feel when I'm able to, you know, have specific days that I don't feel like I'm glued to my desk. I'm able to like come back to my work tasks fully restored and like fully able to take on whatever I need to do. So yeah, I don't know, like humans aren't machines, we all know this. And it sucks that, you know, most of at least the Western world is still very much stuck in the ideal that has been maintained since the fucking Industrial Revolution and shit like that, you know? It's like super outdated, so I don't know. It's hard to silence that part of my brain that's like guilty for not participating in the same way that most people do in society. Like it's hard not to think like, who am I to live this way? But yeah, that's just what I've been thinking. My nails kind of match my tattoos. It's like the same tone of gray. Isn't that cute? So yeah, I don't even know if that was what I wanted to talk about, but for some reason that's what I did talk about. The whole time I was talking about that as well, I felt like a little bit nervous. Like, you know, when like you're like speaking, but you feel like you're on the edge of just like, not an anxiety attack, but like you feel something, like you feel the air rising in your throat kind of thing. Yeah, for some reason I feel like when I was talking about that, that's how I felt. I feel like that's because talking about like things like society and, you know, existing under capitalism and productivity and work rights and shit is like such a serious topic, and I understand a little bit about it, but like I'm not, you know, I don't fucking know. Yeah, anyways, so it's hard to like speak about anything like even remotely related to that kind of stuff without feeling a little bit like impostery and like a little bit worried about what you're getting wrong, or like I don't fucking know what some people on the internet might disagree with you about. But yeah, anyways, whatever. That's me. I also have a therapy consultation tomorrow morning, which I'm very excited about. Hope it goes well. We'll see. My coffee tastes a little weird this morning, which is fine, I guess, but excuse my hair rollers. I was debating taking them out to film this little bit, but whatever, guys, we're comfy. Who cares? Also, do we like my shirt? It's very cute. I got it for 300 yen at a Modoff in Tokyo. How's it going? I've got my little short comic story on the mind, and I thought I would talk about it and like fess up what the deal is and announce that I'm doing this fucking thing. Whenever I talk about like a big project that I'm taking on, especially if it's self-motivated and there's no like actual like client deadlines or anything like that, I hesitate to talk about it because so many times, like I'm sure we can all relate to this, so many times you like start a big project and you talk about it on like social media or like with other people or something, and then it never comes to fruition. So I hesitate because I don't want that to happen. Like I don't want to talk big game and then nothing happens with it. But I don't know, I'm feeling really good about the story. I'm making good progress on it. This first week I'm trying to finish up the story and the script, and then the next week I'm gonna work on thumbnailing, and then the rest of the time that I've allowed myself for this project is going to be on production. So I'm going to Vancouver in September to see Miss Beyonce Knowles. She's coming to Vancouver on her Renaissance tour, and so I kind of chose that trip as the end mark for all of this. So from when I started on the story till then is about 10 weeks. So I'm giving this week for script. I was gonna give myself 2 weeks for the script, but with how this is going and I feel like there's not very many holes to fill, I just kind of gotta write through it. It's a pretty short story. It's pretty, you know, straightforward, so there's not that much to hash out. I feel like 1 week is fine, and then thumbnailing should be quick, so I'll give that another week, and then the rest of the time I really want, you know, I don't want to have to rush through the production. Hopefully 8 weeks is enough. 8 weeks is a long time, so I think that'll be okay, or that'll be like reasonable. And yeah, so I wanted to like come on here and say that that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to be working on for the next 9-10 weeks or whatever. So I'm excited. I feel like I don't know what is like suddenly clicking right now, but I've like wanted to make some sort of comic for the longest time. Literally since I was a child, I would like make little like shitty little comics on like printer paper and stuff like that, and like color them in with pencil crayon. And ever since then, like I've made a couple little things just like in school and stuff for projects, but I've never, you know, completed something that was self-motivated. And yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it this time. I swear. Just you wait.
Yeah, Okay. Why do you consider this girl that you're dating now to pawn themselves intentionally?
Oh. Because of the whole shocking thing?
Well, the shocking thing, the fact that you're dating a girl who you... And you can either be with me as I attend... I'm going to go to the school parent-teacher events where me and the baby mama are going to have to...
Yeah. Well, yeah, my daughter... Well, my soon-to-be born daughter is pretty important.
From Red Bull Watermelon.
That's...
So that I can just be shit. I love being shit. It's awesome. In a decade when I find myself cripplingly lonely as a result of my actions, I'll rethink that. But until then, I'm having an awesome time answering to absolutely no one. Same. He can't really go by the whims of his. He's really enjoying. You could tell he's really enjoying.
Dave from Tennessee.
Yes, this is Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning. Sorry, I just put mascara on and, you know, I'm very vulnerable after I put mascara on and my eyelashes stick together sometimes. Hi. Today is a drift day. I'm going out. Why is my camera so crooked? Sorry, very unprofessional. Yeah, we're going out to a little skid pad and that's it. I'm bringing some of these paint pens that I got in Japan. Posca. Actually Tyler Lemmermeyer let me try one of these before. They're very cool, very satisfying to use, and my friend Morg has been asking me to draw on her helmet, her driving helmet or whatever, and so I thought I would finally bring them and do that for her. And I'm also gonna bring like my sketchbook and stuff like that. When we do go out to the track, it's very like, we're there for like, I don't know, 5-6 hours maybe, but we're just like outside watching people drift. Sometimes I hop in the car, but it's mostly a lot of sitting around, so I try to like bring things. I usually bring like a book and stuff like that, but I feel like I always bring my sketchbook everywhere that I go, but I very rarely pull it out and like doodle in it. So I'm bringing my sketchbook and hopefully I pull it out and I use it. And if not, I'll just do the helmet shit and that's cool. Frickin' voiceover. I can't remember the last time I recorded a voiceover. I feel like I haven't really been making very much art lately. This kind of section in this vlog seems like the first time I've had like a proper sketchbook session in a long time. So yeah, I don't know. I was just feeling kind of inspired and just wanted to draw without much like expectation or anything in my sketchbook. I'm using this Muji pen, which I'm a big fan of, like drawing with something other than pencil, or like something that you can't really erase. I find that like yes, you need to think a little harder before you place down strokes, but using something like a pen or something that like you can't erase if you fuck up on, it kind of trains you to think before you put something down on paper and like really look at the reference that you're using. And yeah, I just felt like drawing some figures and things like that. Figure drawing is my go-to, which we all know. So yeah, I was just like pulling some references on Pinterest and wanted to doodle them without much pressure. I really like exploring drawing like different body types and like different kinds of people, different ages, things like that. Something about like the forms of the body is super interesting to me. I like, as much as I love drawing like pretty girls and like portraits and things like that, you know, something about like the diversity of different bodies and things like that when I'm doing figure drawing is super fun. It kind of like splits up the monotony of like drawing the same pretty face and conventionally attractive body. And yeah, I don't know, I just think that every body and every face is like beautiful and fascinating, and like not even in like a fake body positivity way. I don't know, like I just think that humans are very interesting and beautiful, and I like drawing them no matter the form that they come in. So that's what I enjoy putting in my sketchbooks. But yeah, anyways, back to the more technical side of things. This sketchbook that I'm using is numbered sketchbook number 9, and I've been playing in my sketchbook number 10, and I've realized that, you know, I should maybe fill this one up. And what's kind of nice about this sketchbook, like I got it as a gift from a friend. I think when she went on a trip to Hong Kong or something, she got it for me. And the pages are like really thin, and they're not really made for like any kind of like heavy duty material or anything like that. But something about the sketchbook being a little bit more like loosey goosey and like not so fancy in terms of like the paper. Like it's literally just like some whatever sketchbook that I have. Something about that like makes it really easy to just like let my sketches flow and like play in it and like really have that lack of like pressure when it comes to making art in this way, if that makes sense. Hi, good morning. I feel like I haven't spoken to my camera while holding it in a very long time. Look at us, we're moving. Okay, I'm gonna put you on a stack of books actually, because pretty heavy. Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, so today is my scheduled day off in the middle of the week, one of my favorite days of all time. Yeah, I'm getting started on the thumbnailing of my little graphic novel thingy that I'm working on. Monday I went over the story with Brandon and got his eyes on it, asked him what he thought. I know that the story is good, so I was like confident in the like general plot and all that, but I needed help with if anything seemed like off, or if he had any ideas to like make it a bit more like fully complete, or if he had any notes about like dialogue, things like that, just to kind of like take it outside of my own echo chamber of my mind and like get some fresh eyes on it. I feel like his story taste is very similar to mine, so I don't know, I just wanted to see what he thought. And yeah, so that's all good. I made a couple changes based on his some suggestions he had, but the story is pretty much set in stone. So yeah, I'm moving on to thumbnails now. Like I said, I have given myself like a total of 10 weeks to finish this thing, so depending on how today goes, I'll give myself 1 to 2 weeks for thumbnails. Yeah, I have the tendency of like doing my sketches pretty tight, or like tighter than they really need to be in a thumbnail phase, but I'm thinking if I do spend a little bit more time in the thumbnailing phase, which is what I tend to do anyways, then going through production will not need like a second layer or a second round of sketch, I can just go straight into the liner. So spending a little extra time on this, I feel like will save me time down the road. So that's the plan for today. But yeah, I forgot to mention, I think I mentioned that I went to, or like I had a consultation with a therapist booked or something like that. I can't remember if I said that I actually booked a session with her, but yeah, the consultation went well. And then I booked my first session, and that was on Monday, and it was in person in her office, which was really cool, very comfy, and we just like chatted. I mostly just like talked about what I worked through the first time I did therapy and like what I wanted out of this run, or like why I went back kind of thing, and just like getting to know me, and talked about like some like family history stuff and what I struggle with and yada yada. So yeah, it was really good. I think I enjoy in-person therapy much more. My first one was fully digital, just like on video call, and I feel like, or like I found myself like in this room talking to this person face to face. I felt like I was more myself, whereas I feel like when I'm like on a video call, there's like a certain level of like politeness, or like there's like something there that doesn't fully allow myself to like be myself, and like I don't know how to describe it, but it went well. Hi! I'm all done up because, and we're backlit. Hi, I'm all done up because Stampede's in town, baby, and I'm going out with some friends in a bit. So yeah, what day is it today? It's Friday, and it's my last little section of falling within this vlog. So I wanted to say hello, and I wanted to say goodbye. Today was basically just an editing day. Like the end of the last vlog, I finished up editing the Japan part 2 vlog. It's an hour long, and yeah, it's nice. It has like way more chatting in it. It feels much more like my regular kinds of vlogs or whatever, because I was alone. I had lots of opportunities to blabber on about my thoughts as I do. So if you haven't seen it, it should have come out the week before this video, so please go check it out. What a lovely way to end the week. I feel like this week was like pretty busy with like work stuff, as well as trying to finish this Japan vlog. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to finish it. It's a day late, but whatever. And then yeah, now I get to go and eat some deep fried food and drink beer and such. So I'm excited. I'll try and finish this vlog off with some vibes from tonight. I think there should be like fireworks or something like that, so hopefully I remember. That's all for this one. I'll see you guys in the next, and thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Man, maybe it's the beer I just chugged, maybe it's Maybelline, but god damn it, I'm so proud of myself. I'm watching back the my Japan part 2 thingy, because I'm just uploading it to YouTube now, and I did that shit. I swear, when I finished editing this Japan vlog, like the part 2, for some reason the part 2 hit harder than the part 1. I felt very happy. I felt very accomplished and proud of myself, and now like watching it back, it feels nice. I went there, I filmed shit, and I made something when I could have just done none of that. So, go me. Yeah, not to suck my own tits or anything.